Alright. We're back in it. Now, I know we kind of hit a dead end out here with them. I'm sort of at a loss. Probably should have figured out what to do before starting the recording, but it's more natural for me to struggle. I feel like I needed to talk to... Who do I need to talk to? Abandoned lorry. Set of tracks. Knick-knack stand. I can't find her husband. He's... Okay, so she needs... I need to up my perception, I think, before I can... What about Everart? I can go talk to him. I haven't talked to him in a minute. Have a seat, Harry! Let's see what we can see in this water. You. Okay, okay. What's over here? Have I been in here? Yes, I have. Anything new for you?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't take you up at night. I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay for that
fine.
long?
No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Yeah.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Alright, so what kind of boost do I get? Because I might steal it. I'm not a thief. Alright, home slice. It's cold. I have a jacket and you don't really.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't been in ages. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
What's in it?
Oh, wait, whoa.
Shut up.
I just wanted it.
So you don't want to just hear the same story? I do. But
Oh,
as
God.
I'm saying, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift. Cottonmouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned.
Okay.
My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Faum? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
I'm keeping it then.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look. Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have something I want to talk about.
Well,
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RCM. Keep it up.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you. The lieutenant regards you for a moment, unsure whether you're making a joke or not, and if so, whether he should acknowledge it.
Right, detective. You are one regular cop. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit, in the right situation, can make all the difference in the world.
I mean, it could be style buddies.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go.
Fucking... Alright, I gotta go all the way around. Unless this is a path I can take. It is! Not! Okay. We'll just keep on going then. I should have fast traveled when I had the chance. Can I now? No. I'm dumb and stupid and dumb, but I would like to pop into the pawn shop. See if he's got anything. I don't know if his inventory switches or changes or gets added to or subtracted from. But I'd like to at least take a look. I want to see if Everard has my gun also.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure. Let me have... I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I really don't want to sell anything anymore. I don't need money.
Another time, perhaps.
Oh, wait, he doesn't have, like... That's right, he's not like the... I've been playing so much Resident Evil. What about over here? Does he have clothes?
What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
In case I need it. And if I need a physical instrument or shivers. I don't think I've ever made a shivers check. Those are typically too... whoopsie. Those are typically too... oh, wait. Speakers?
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking and waiting to whirl. All but one. Yours.
Can I buy stuff in
You
here?
see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain price.
Yep.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
I kind of bought everything except for that thing that's like 200 or something like that, if I remember correctly. Alright. I can't remember why I'm... Who are you?
That's one brutal motor.
I recognize you, kinda.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop, man, is we're not part of the Skulls yet. You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I'm so glad you asked.
Question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious Desmertney.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed...
I got a sneeze coming.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
That's 2.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
Hang on. Michelle texted me. She's talking about the particular way that she has to do the things she has to do. Mark it down. I'm February 16th, 2:17 p.m. 122 sneezes for the year.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a Skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Murder?
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one...
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Like murder, or wasting your life away.
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper Skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
We've heard that name before.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
We're not franchise Skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them. Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
Ah, you'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
You don't feel very scared.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about Skulls or some shit?
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Yeah. We're not fucking kids. And we're also not fucking confrontational. The mood is chill here.
Mm-hmm.
Still a bit rattled by the earlier shock.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
Okay.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message. What I mean by this?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish in a shorter time. And for time is of the essence. And
I feel like these two are a complete waste of my
one must
time.
think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Yes? Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan. What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's funny.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your
Oh my. No! Damn it!
Scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying, or both.
I
Just
wanted
ask
those
the
jackets. I'm upset.
Why?
And what kind of business is that?
The lieutenant notices your agitation and opens his mouth to...
Okay, we get it. You look like total shit. We look flashy as hell. What a...
The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with his uniform.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then.
It's true. He simply can't.
I crit failed and I still got one.
Wow. I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
I got the jacket for you.
I'm not wearing that jacket. I already am expressing my individuality. The need will not arise.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become scholars if we go around fraternizing with cops?
Fuck.
Oh, they're leaving. I wanted both of them. Man!
Confrontations,
A
that's all.
crit failure. I want my blanket. I need comfort. I got one. I'm happy with that. What kind of boosts could this possibly give me? +1 drama. Nice. It looks like Negan's jacket from that perspective. Almost exactly, actually. Holy shit. I would know. I have a replica in my closet. Oh, wait, no. It's at Michelle's in Ohio. It is 1,100 miles away. Okay. Why was I coming this way? Hello?
I, Saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I know I'm gonna fail this one, but the next one,
You don't even have a bad verse in here. Just tumbleweed and liquor stains. Wait, no.
That's brutal, man. But you know, time will...
No, stop. He's already mortified.
That's,
uh-oh.
In the name of God, what are you?
Yeah, I get that, and it's cool, but... Yeah, I get it. These are your rhymes. They're from your life. Doesn't matter if they're robust, they're honest. So, thanks, man.
He's not lying. He liked the end.
Yes, and I also thank you for stopping. We have a drug investigation to return to. How about we do that?
Okay, I'm gonna see if I have any empathy clothes. Empathy clothes. Empathy clothes. Empathy, empathy, empathy clothes. Empathy, empathy, empathy clothes. Empathy clothes. Dude, I don't know how clothes change the way you are on the inside. Do I not have a single piece of clothing that's going to help me with empathy? My shoes. Oh? Make sure I have no minuses. I should be in the 90 percentile now.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land. Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin, the border approaches. You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter.
I miss my gun.
Sorrow. The past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Cool. I talked to the man. I don't have any particular people to talk to currently. I have to talk to the Sunday friend again about the... that I brutalized this guy. I'm gonna go talk to Everard, see if he found my gun yet. I want to know how to get up in there. Wrong. Well, actually, hold on. I know that there's a check in here.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever.
Fuck.
And the unlocked drawer slides.
Whatever. Shut up. What's this? Oh, I guess it wasn't wrong. I know how to get down there. I don't know about this area here. Maybe they're in that ceiling hatch. I think I've discovered most of the map. Dimitri said I am getting closer to the end than I thought. We talked about it last night, so we'll see. You got anything new for me, homie G? I like this guy.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she... Oh, sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help.
Nope. Nothing new. Alright. Let's do this, Harry! God. This guy.
Mr. Dubois.
Mr. Dubois!
Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
Oh, I forgot to mail the signatures.
Ah, yes.
Yes!
Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
I should go mail those signatures, right? Right? I don't really want to help this guy, though. No, I'm not. I'm going to lie to him. I have the signatures in case I won't.
No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone and everything that happens in this town, and I know there's no letter in that mailbox yet. Just like I know you'll get it done. Once you stop horsing around, let me know when it's done. Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that union attitude.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
I forgot that I was doing that. In a weird way, he reminds me of the Duke from Resident Evil Village. I'm on a... Ever since streaming the first Resident Evil game, I am on a nasty Resident Evil kick. I'm trying to platinum Resident Evil 4. I'm getting ready to start Resident Evil 2 on the channel. Or 0. I've never played 0 before. I've played 2. I haven't played 3. I might do 0 next. I know they're roughly 8 to 10 hours in the story, so... I'm pretty sure. What's this? I'm almost to my level up. I'm going to level up perception to do the sound one because that shit is interesting to me. Mr. Dubois, you got anything new for me?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you? The little boy had a good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of the Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
I'm bitter about that.
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
Cool. It's nice to follow up with some people. They do have the right to work. I was also tipped off on something that I really want to do. Mailbox!
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with you drop the white envelope in the darkness. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. For good or ill. The deed is done.
Let's go back to Everard. This better be worth it after what we did. Other than kicking?
Shut up.
Other than kicking?
We're gonna go to Everard here in a sec. We're gonna go in here. I want to buy something.
Broke down? The back door? I
Yeah.
suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've...
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman.
Wow,
All
thanks.
right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path.
I did already.
There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her. Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace.
Definitely.
Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too.
Okay, but please, only the curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply won't do here.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then,
Okay, hold up.
a small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are new...
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
I just bought a board game. I wonder what I'm gonna do with it. I will soon, but right now I now have this to investigate. Hold on. Oh, I need when did I get that? Oh. Tools. But I bought the board game to do something special with that I'll show you soon. Dimitri told me to do it. Well, he
A thick
didn't.
layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the space. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
It does not sound like a
You
ghost.
hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Upstairs. Up those stairs? Where? Oh, I don't know if I ever went over here. No, I don't think I did. I missed this part. What are you? Postcard. Oh! Yeah, I missed all this. Polyhedral dice, I know that. Oh, dice, a D&D player.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Well, I want a full set, actually.
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Answers. Oh, but yeah, I want dice.
My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
She doesn't let it show, but there's anger in there. She doesn't like jewelers. Thinks they're a mob.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Hell yeah.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
I suppose.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house? Shameful.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling
Oh, geez, yeah, no, she's beat the curse, whatever it is.
Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demon. Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even
Oh, is it
mean?
because D&D is
some kind
devil
of
worship?
sorceress?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this.
Very mysteriously.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
I do want to buy
That's
dice.
all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
I can make a shivers check.
More or less.
Whoa!
Are you interested in anyone specific? Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
They are.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of a king around here.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. A kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it.
I will check that out.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world. What does she mean to get
Yeah,
off
that caught my attention too.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the
No, he mostly just did drugs.
No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals.
I'll be
I
trying that
wouldn't
perception check
recommend
again.
Anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder.
Yikes.
The smell was awful.
Even you can probably do better than that.
Probably.
You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss, stuffing a sad, stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
What?
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. At least it had some spark to it.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill.
Anything else? They were made by... Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out the usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those kids and Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then.
I'm going to end this conversation by buying dice from her.
Get into fisticuffs over Wiro. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
That's what I thought. Because when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep up new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult. Especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1.
Oh.
On a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes. Like
That's cool.
snowfall.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by 2 guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas. There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Flitter does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator.
That's true.
To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. Maybe.
The bear was doing his
But
best.
The taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't doing his best, I mean. He said that the bear was his vision beast.
Vision
He said he met his
beast.
vision beast while high on desiccants.
Scary,
That's good.
but cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
Mega wild.
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs mostly.
A wise and noble beast. Guided
I don't do
Very
drugs.
good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
little sparkling embers outside its light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else?
One more.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion. That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce.
Can I use my new pry bar thing to open the door in the whirling?
From the intercom.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient film.
Stretch.
I'm not surprised, however. My advice: don't base your business on a fact. Hypnotism, choreography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it's... Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a
Oh
bit.
boy, I forgot
What
about that. I have more questions about this building. No, I actually don't. I have a check. I want to order some dye.
Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice, made of ivory and inlaid with bluestone, natural curing magnet, to complement your magnetic personality? 10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
Hang on.
Maybe you have some other ideas for... What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real. Maybe
Wait.
you have some... Ah, yes. Fortress accident. The Wiro untethered. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8. It's a Nicosi tetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll.
What?
Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results. Maybe
I just want to hear about all
you have
these.
some other ideas for dice? A normal die? I'm a novelty dice maker. Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedrons? Come on now. Be a little creative. I think I...
Police colors.
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious... Here, catch. They're a gift for me.
A gift?
Mr. Smooth
Yes.
Moves. You snatch the dice.
Wink at the dice maker.
Just like you're in a movie.
Oh, what are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything
Oh,
else?
okay, yeah.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
I might want to buy all of them, but I want her to surprise me.
By cursed. Alright. How about I surprise? Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Let me put on my Shivers clothes. Shivers, shivers, shivers. Where are my Shivers clothes? +1 to Shivers. +1 to Shivers. I prefer Perception. +1 to Shivers. I got a lot of Shivers stuff going on now.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a...
Oh, that's so much better.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's not technically in it.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
Yeah, but she's in like a chimney.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different approach to the whole of the city.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. It makes perfect sense.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from? And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
It's nice and cozy in here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you
That's
want
true.
to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Find one armor piece, investigate this. I get to pick those up. It would be the next day in game, I think. I I do have a point that I can put into perception. Oh, I can't put it into perception. Can I not up this? I see a little plus right here. Well, that sucks. Does that mean I won't be able to... How do I get out of here? Oh, wait, let me check my items. I love these. I love these. They're probably my favorite item right now. I'm gonna go tell bookstore lady, whose name starts with a P, and then it has a lot of E's and S's in it. Oh. That it's actually technically it's none of her business. I'm afraid she'll report her, but I'm gonna tell her anyway so I can get my experience.
What have you found? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that? I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simonese wards to thank for the protection they provide. Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now. Anger and loneliness keep this woman moving through the waking hours. Your little words are no match for it.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am.
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly.
I'm good. She's mean. I'm gonna go see if I can take my new super crowbar and to open the door in here. I want to also, hold on. I did get the signatures. I gotta go back to him. Maybe this will open it. Nope, I don't even get the option. Alright. I am curious what's behind that door, though. What was I gonna do? Everart. And then... Oh, no, I don't have the perception check because I can't level up perception anymore. That's a real bummer. Does that mean I'm just locked out of that check forever now? Because that was... literally what that whole quest line was about. And I would have liked to find it. That's a real shame if that's the case. But there are little, like, in here, like, you can see my mouse, right? Yeah, there's this plus sign right here. Implies I should be able to do it, but I don't know. I just want to skill cap ratio. I want to up my skill cap in perception. I just truthfully don't know how. Thank you forever, Harry! This guy's a dick. One of the more memorable characters, though.
Mr. Dubois!
Mr. Dubois!
You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and I feel I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
I mean, that is good.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's happy. Well done.
There was no fine print, Harry. But I do hope all that construction noise and limited street access encourages some people to move. After a year of that ruckus, who wouldn't?
Oops. Yes. The noise would do the trick. It'll be terrible.
And when they do, they will have a good place to go. I'm currently working on renovating the buildings near the roundabout into affordable workers' palaces.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth center supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the center, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years,
The
I'll
center?
get a church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot
Okay.
go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain. The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, workers on welfare, and landowners in Azon hating me. That will be my statue. And yours. We're doing this together.
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks of her.
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that. Glad you asked. I've got type 2 diabetes because sugar and fat was all my mother had to give me and my brother Edgar when we were kids. Good job too, as it made me ugly. And ugly people, Harry, are much better at politics.
Is that... Huh?
That is true. People don't trust pretty people.
Why a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people and fuck Wild Pines.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her asshole. She has no chance. Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening. No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
A guy, huh?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know. 2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything. We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Don't call him
There are
that.
perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
Yes, yes, of course. And
Say 7 incredibly
please go ahead.
boring things.
I want to hear them squeal from the indignity. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the...
Okay,
I'm gonna
enough.
unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth. And everyone, yes, if you start thinking about it like that, we're way past... You can bother Leonard with that. He loves...
Can I get my
Harry,
gun?
I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be done. Your gun is with an old woman. I hear she's a character, so watch out.
My God! An old woman has my gun. Who?
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The Pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now,
Taking a picture of that because it's going to be a little while I'll be able to play this again, and I don't want to forget that. Hang on one second. I accidentally hit continue before.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RC...
Bro.
Yes. I'm always happy to... Very nice, Harry.
Well, I'm going to get my gun back soon. What's this?
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide. Oh, yeah. Like a horse. A workhorse. For hard work. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride. That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, are you rich?
Yes, quite.
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Well, I don't know.
Because of the taxes. Every time, 98% of all your money.
No.
What are you, a racist? Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep it street.
I mean, lower taxes would be nice, I guess. I just don't know what that's going to do for me. I kind of opt into all the thoughts, and then I can kind of sort them out later. I don't know where I would consider home base. Probably the Whirling. I'm coming to the end of this video soon, so I have something I want to end the video with. Ugh, jeez, whatever. Alright. I'm really bummed about the skill cap thing. Gonna actually be looking that up soon. Actually, I'll look that up right now. No, I can't. But there is something that will let me temporarily increase my cap. Drugs. If I want to do that perception check, I'm gonna have to take drugs. We're gonna go into the whirling. Here amongst everyone. Right here in the middle of the floor.
Yes?
Whoops. I have 2 skill points.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance. There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard. Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The
Economic
rulebook is
strategy?
sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel. The colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. The instructions are opaque at first, and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain.
I'm not going to remember any of this.
Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points. That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners. Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly. Boring, boring, boring. Tear up this rulebook and commit some old-school atrocities. The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now. You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play. Each cardboard token makes a satisfying ch as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources. From the Empire of Safre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens. From the Samsonite Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supra Muindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, those are nice.
You hold the open game box before you.
And this right here is what this has all been about.
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I waited too long.
I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
Okay, here's the thing. I will do that at the beginning of day 5 then, because that's too much time I will go over. So I think we're done here for this one. We will pick this up and we'll pick this up soon. I mean, for you guys it'll be about the same amount of time between videos, but for me it's gonna be a little bit, a few days, maybe close to a week, because Michelle's coming down here, so I'm kind of getting all my videos set up for the week so I can, show her around New Orleans. So that'll be fun.